remember from the previous episode, Larry Hicks got airlifted out due to a medical emergency by the orange helicopter. The original plan was to return on Nibisanga River to Chapleau with a short shuttle back to Mississinapi Outfitters in Racine Lake. As we thought about our situation, it was raining, very muddy, very cold for July, and we all agreed to take the train out. Now the only issue is the next train was in 2 days, so we basically had to sit here in this town called Elsas, and it's not really a town. Maybe it's a cottage community, but by the time we got there, nobody was there. I think we met one guy who worked the train depot area, so he's like a maintenance guy. We met one lady who was the cook for CNR, who would come in and cook for whoever was there. And we met one couple who had a cottage very close to the tracks, and that was it. Kind of exploring around. The Elsas was kind of like a ghost town. You could see the vehicles are all like vintage 1960-ish, maybe early 70s. Some of them haven't moved for years. This is the couple we met, and they actually they invited us in, gave us some hot tea and coffee, and we talked about our trip. And then the next day the sun popped out, and we started drying stuff, and there was a community of foxes in the area, very friendly. We were wondering why they were so friendly. We found out later that probably the cook for the CNR would drop stuff on the front porch, and they came by every so often. So these foxes, there was maybe 5 to 10 different foxes running around. Anyways, as we explored around, just a couple pictures of what we saw. There was nobody there. And this is like the first week of July. I was surprised that we'd figure we'd see people. Some of the cottages were unique. This one's over an old caboose, renovated. It was quite a big area. There was maybe 20 to 30 kind of buildings, cottages, but some of them looked like they weren't, people weren't around for a while. There's actually a grave marker and a couple plaques on the marker. There's an old truck from the 60s. And some of the old CNR buildings, I guess, still operational around the tracks. And lots of trains coming by every so often. See some vehicles, trees are growing around them and moved for years. And little work trains going by. So the guy who was working here, he was in charge of about 20 kilometers either side of this building. Maybe a little further than that, but something like that. We kind of walked the line a bit. There's a bridge that crosses the Chapleau River. That's where we would have headed down and then back up the other river, which is really a series of lakes to get back to Chapleau. This is the work building that the cook would show up, and we also had these visitors. Fox sat on the front porch there and kind of just like waiting for its meal ticket, I think. It was really funny. It was just like a house dog going back and waiting for its master. It sat there for about 5-10 minutes and then decided, okay, there's nobody home and I'll head out. They're quite interesting animals, very curious but also cautious. So they come fairly close, but we're always curious who we were. Looking around. Real skinny, actually. Looking for the meal ticket, I think. And we decided to do some fishing. Matt got, I'm not sure what it was, but caught a fish. So we had that for lunch. A little bit more relaxing. It was a beautiful day. Train was supposed to show up around 4. And every time we heard something, we'd run to the tracks. This is the guy who works the line, the maintenance guy. He's got like a pickup truck with the rail wheels down. And he would stay next to the house. There was some lodging there for the crew. There's all our stuff. I'm waiting for the train. We got a little visitor, black bear, came around the cabin, had a look at us. And decided to head back, we thought, but I think all the wildlife knows there's food at the cabin.
Now if he lays on the porch, there's a pattern. No, a couple years maybe.
Almost a full-size bear?
Yeah.
And it depends, male or female too. Females are smaller than males. You don't want to think too small, because if you think it's a cub, then mom is going to be around. Oh, they just laid down there.
He's eating grass now.
No, that's where the foxes put some stuff. The fox picked up a bun or something from the side of the building, walked off, dropped it down there, and came back and got another one. This is where you need your decent camera.
Yeah. You got a half decent camera.
That was cool. Love it. Great.
A bear!
Waiting for our train.
So the train was scheduled for 4, and of course, being up north, it actually came in around 7 p.m. Now we're trying to coordinate all this with the outfitter. We said the train's going to be in Foyette, at about 5. So the guy's probably waiting in Foyette for us. Anyways, the train finally pulls in. Well, the system kind of works. We bought our tickets on the phone, and the actual train pulled in. A little late, but we were happy to see the mud car and pile our gear in there, so good teamwork on that. And then we're in the observation car, and we're heading to Foyette, and it's about a 45-minute ride. And then just enough time to relax a little bit. And Foyette is the same process, everything out again. And teamwork, unload all the stuff, and sure enough, the outfitter was there waiting for us. So we piled all that stuff on his truck and trailer, and off we went to, we're seeing like